announced our pregnancy at my brother's wedding after he proposed at mine, so my brother Jason and I have never really been close. Like, we grew up in the same house, but that's about it. He's always been the type to make everything about himself, and my mom just lets him get away with whatever. When I got engaged to my wife Becca last year, we were so excited to plan our wedding. We saved up for 2 years to afford it. Nothing crazy, but it was gonna be our day, you know? About 3 months before the wedding, Jason texts me saying he's planning to propose to his girlfriend Rachel at my reception. Just straight up tells me like it's no big deal. I called him immediately and said absolutely not. This is me and Becca's day, and we don't want any other big announcements stealing our thunder. He got all defensive, saying I was being selfish and that tons of family from out of state would be there and he wanted them to witness it. Then my mom got involved. She called me literally crying, saying Jason really wanted this and that family he might not see for years would be there. I told her I didn't care if the president was gonna be there. The answer was still no. I even said if he does it anyway, I'm having security kick him out. She threatened me. Like, actually said if I tried removing Jason from my wedding, she would walk out too and take half the family with her. I was so pissed I just hung up on her. Wedding day comes and everything's going perfect. The ceremony was beautiful. Becca looked amazing, and we're finally at the reception having our first dance. Then during dinner, Jason stands up with a microphone. My stomach dropped. He gets down on one knee right there in front of everyone and proposes to Rachel. Everyone's clapping and cheering, and my mom is literally sobbing happy tears. I look over at Becca, and she's just staring at her plate, trying not to cry. Our photographer even stopped taking pictures of us to capture his proposal. I started walking toward him to say something, but Becca grabbed my arm and whispered to just let it go. She didn't want to cause a scene. So we sat there and watched our wedding turn into Jason's engagement party. For the rest of the night, people kept congratulating him and Rachel instead of us. Even our cake cutting got interrupted because people wanted to see Rachel's ring. I texted my mom that night after everything. Told her what Jason did was messed up and she knew it. She sent me this long message about how I was being dramatic and that I should be happy for my brother. Said sharing the spotlight wouldn't kill me. I screenshotted everything because I knew this wasn't over. Fast forward 6 months, and Jason's getting married. Becca and I found out we were pregnant like 2 months before his wedding. We were so excited but decided to wait to tell people. Then I had an idea. At the reception, they were doing toasts. I grabbed the mic during the open toast section and stood up. I said I wanted to welcome Rachel to the family and then dropped it. Said Becca and I were expecting our first baby, and that we were so excited to have Rachel be a part of this new chapter. The room went nuts. Everyone rushed over to congratulate us. My aunt was asking about due dates. My grandma was already talking about knitting baby clothes, and people kept hugging Becca. We spent pretty much the whole reception talking about the baby with relatives we hadn't seen in forever. Jason's face was red, like actually red. He didn't say anything to me at the wedding, but my mom cornered me by the bathrooms. She was furious. Started going off about how I ruined Jason's special day and that I was being petty and vindictive. I pulled out my phone and showed her the screenshots from my wedding. Reminded her exactly what she said when Jason proposed at my wedding. Told her she threatened to leave if I kicked him out, so I didn't see why this was any different. She tried saying it wasn't the same thing, that Jason's proposal was spontaneous and romantic, but my announcement was planned and malicious. I told her Jason literally texted me 3 months before my wedding saying he planned to propose, so nothing about it was spontaneous. My grandma actually stepped in and told my mom to sit down and stop making a scene. Said my mom enabled Jason to disrespect my wedding, so she had no room to complain now. My grandma's always been pretty no-nonsense, so my mom actually listened. Jason sent me this long, angry text the next day saying I was a terrible brother and that I embarrassed him in front of everyone. Said what he did at my wedding was different because proposals are about love, but pregnancy announcements are just attention-seeking. The mental gymnastics were insane. I replied with just the screenshot of his text from before my wedding where he said he was planning to propose. Then I blocked him.